Have you ever stopped to think about how many promises you've made to yourself throughout your life? Those promises that seemed so real, so tangible, but over time faded away like smoke. Promises that everything would be okay, that things would work out in the end. That hope often transforms into an illusion that prevents us from seeing reality. Throughout life, you may have encountered countless situations that fueled this belief. Relationships that promised to be everlasting, jobs that would ensure stability, dreams that seemed within your reach. Each of these promises, like a piece of a vast iceberg, hides the deeper and darker parts of your emotional reality. You believe that navigating through these promises is safe, but the truth is often different. These unfulfilled expectations can lead to frustration. The pain of realizing that you let yourself be carried away by unfounded hope can be devastating. Each time a promise breaks, you feel more distant from who you really are. It's as if a part of you shatters, leaving a void that cries out for acknowledgement. It's not just the disappointment that hurts, but the feeling of having trusted in something that never truly existed. The lack of fulfillment of these promises can create a vicious cycle. You find yourself repeating behavioral patterns that keep you tethered to those illusions. It's as if hope has become a trap. The more you cling to the idea that everything will be okay, the harder your reality becomes. The fear of facing the truth can be paralyzing, leading you to avoid confronting your deepest emotions. The most painful part of all this is that you often feel alone in your struggle. Society, with its relentless pursuit of success and happiness, ignores the dark side of unfulfilled promises. You wonder if you're the only one who feels this way, if there's something wrong with you for not being able to achieve what you once promised. The answer, however, lies in the untold stories that each person carries. It's important to understand that disillusionment is part of the human experience. Recognizing that broken promises do not define who you are is an important step. Life is not made up only of successes. It is also a journey of lessons learned. Each time you encounter an illusory hope, you have the opportunity to reconnect with your essence, to seek what truly matters to you. In the end, true strength comes from acceptance. Accepting that not everything will go according to plan is liberating. This acceptance allows you to look at your promises with new eyes, a perspective that seeks not just fulfillment, but understanding and growth. You can begin to rebuild your narrative, a story based not on illusory expectations, but on truths that resonate with your reality. In confronting these truths, you may discover that hope doesn't have to be an illusion. It can transform into a flame that lights your path, even in the darkest moments. Accepting the fragility of promises is the first step toward finding real meaning in your journey. And so you can move forward, not with the expectation that everything will be okay, but with the certainty that you are strong enough to face whatever comes your way. Life, with its complexities, often presents a scenario where the promises made to oneself become illusions. You may have committed to being happy, succeeding, or maintaining relationships you deemed essential. However, reality can be different from what you envisioned. It is necessary to face that life is filled with ups and downs, and that plans can change at any moment. When you look at these unfulfilled promises, it's natural to feel an emotional void. What was expected to be a clear path can turn into a trail full of obstacles. This frustration is understandable and valid, but it shouldn't be your only narrative. Often, the weight of these expectations accumulates, creating a burden that is hard to carry. You may wonder how to cope with this pressure. The first step is to acknowledge your emotions. Don't ignore the pain or disappointment. Instead, allow them space to exist. Accepting that these feelings are part of your human experience is not a sign of weakness but a demonstration of courage. By doing this, you permit yourself to explore your vulnerabilities, which can be liberating. It's common to seek external validation to fill these voids. You may have noticed that comparing yourself to others intensifies your frustration. Social media, for example, makes this comparison even more palpable, showcasing images of lives that seem perfect. However, this comparison only fuels feelings of inadequacy. It's crucial to remember that everyone has their own journey. Deconstructing these promises can lead to a process of re-evaluation. What do you truly desire? What are your true aspirations? Rather than clinging to unfounded promises, start defining goals that align with your authentic needs and desires. This requires an honest and introspective look, allowing you to know yourself better. When you begin to strip away these illusions, you may be surprised to discover new interests, passions, and desires that were hidden beneath the weight of expectations. This discovery is an invitation to self-understanding. What do you truly want out of life? What makes your heart sing? The answers to these questions can be the first step toward personal reinvention. Furthermore, it's essential to cultivate self-compassion. Often, you might criticize yourself for not reaching certain goals. The internal dialogue can be harsh, but this is when compassion becomes necessary. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer to a friend. Recognize that each of us faces challenges and that failures are opportunities for learning. Building a new narrative also involves surrounding yourself with people who understand your journey. Sharing experiences with those who have gone through similar situations can be a balm for the soul. Mutual support creates an environment where vulnerability is welcomed and untold stories find their voice. This connection can bring relief and even inspiration. On the other hand, it's important to develop resilience skills. Life presents unexpected challenges, and the ability to get back up after a fall is a valuable trait. Facing reality, even when it's painful, strengthens character. You may not have control over what happens around you, but you can control how you react to those situations. Recognizing that life is a series of cycles is a crucial step. Sometimes you may feel like everything is falling apart, but that doesn't mean hope is lost. Change is a constant, and by accepting it, you open yourself up to new possibilities. Every end can be the beginning of something new. This doesn't mean that the pain will disappear, but that you will learn to coexist with it in a healthier way. It's also vital to establish new promises, but with a different approach. Instead of promising that everything will improve, commit to seeking small improvements in your life. These promises can be simple, like setting aside time for yourself every day or learning something new. These small steps can lead to significant changes over time, building a new foundation of confidence. The practice of gratitude is another powerful tool. Instead of focusing on what hasn't been accomplished, start appreciating what you have already achieved. Being grateful for the small victories and the lessons learned can change your perspective. This shift in focus is an exercise that helps cultivate a positive mindset and find beauty in life's imperfections. You can also explore new ways of expressing your emotions. Writing, for example, can be a form of catharsis. Putting your thoughts and feelings on paper helps clarify your mind and process your emotions. Additionally, creative activities like art or music can serve as a channel to release pain and frustration. Lastly, remember that the journey of self-discovery is ongoing. You don't need to have all the answers right now. The important thing is to take one step at a time, allowing yourself to feel, learn, and grow. Life is not a straight line, and each turn brings a new opportunity to redefine your promises and reconnect with your essence. You are stronger than you think and capable of finding meaning even in disappointments. Sometimes life can feel like a maze with no exit, filled with unfulfilled promises and frustrated expectations. When facing these challenges, it's essential to recognize that you possess an inner strength that you often overlook. This strength is the ability to rise again, learn from experiences, and shape your future according to your own needs. The first action you can take is self-reflection. Take a moment to think about what truly matters to you. What are your core values? What would you like to prioritize in your life moving forward? This reflection doesn't have to be complex. It can be as simple as jotting down your ideas and feelings in a notebook. The act of writing can help clarify thoughts that often become tangled in the mind. When you dedicate time to this self-analysis, you gradually start to free yourself from promises that no longer make sense. You will realize that many of these promises were influenced by external pressures, societal expectations, and comparisons with others' lives. By becoming aware of this, you liberate yourself from a burden that wasn't yours, allowing you to live according to what you truly desire. Moreover, it is essential to set healthy boundaries. Often, unfulfilled promises are tied to commitments you've made that do not reflect your true intentions. By learning to say no, you preserve your energy for the things that really matter. This doesn't mean being selfish. Rather, it's about taking care of yourself, which is often neglected. Another important step is to cultivate a learning mindset. Instead of fixating on disappointments, start viewing each experience as an opportunity for growth. When something doesn't go as planned, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? This shift in perspective can be transformative, as you begin to see difficulties as part of the developmental process rather than an end in themselves. Resilience is a skill that can be developed. You can start practicing it in small moments throughout your day. For example, when facing a challenge at work or home, instead of allowing yourself to be overwhelmed, seek solutions. Ask yourself what alternatives exist and how you can act to change the situation. This practice will strengthen your confidence in your ability to handle adversity. Relying on new experiences is also essential. By opening yourself up to the new, you create the opportunity to discover interests and passions that may have been set aside. Try hobbies, take courses, or join groups that share your concerns. These new experiences can not only bring joy, but also expand your support network and your connection with others. Building an environment that promotes your mental health is equally important. Surround yourself with people who inspire you and believe in your potential. Talking with friends who share your experiences can provide a sense of belonging and emotional support. Additionally, consider seeking therapy or support groups. Having a safe space to express your emotions and challenges can be extremely beneficial. The practice of meditation and mindfulness is another powerful tool. These techniques help calm the mind and bring clarity. By dedicating a few minutes each day to focus on your breathing, you can reduce anxiety and stress. This creates a mental space where you can reflect on your promises and expectations in a more balanced way. Furthermore, creating a realistic and achievable action plan can help give meaning to your path. Instead of getting lost in big goals, break your objectives into smaller steps. This makes the process more manageable and provides a sense of accomplishment with each step you take. Celebrate these small victories, as they are important for maintaining motivation. Gratitude also plays a fundamental role in your journey. By focusing on what you have already achieved, even if they are small things, you start to shift your perspective. This simple practice can help you develop a more positive mindset, allowing you to see the value in your experiences, whether they are good or bad. Finally, remember that the journey of self-discovery is ongoing. There isn't a definitive endpoint where you will have all the answers. Life is a constantly evolving process, and so are you. Allow yourself to change, adapt, and grow. Each new experience brings with it the opportunity to learn more about yourself and what you truly want. Accepting unfulfilled promises and frustrated expectations is an important step, but it's not the only one. This acceptance must be accompanied by concrete actions aimed at your well-being and personal growth. By doing this, you not only transform your relationship with your promises, but also empower yourself to create a life that resonates with your true essence. Therefore, face your disappointments with courage and determination. Use them as springboards to embark on a new journey where you define your own promises and pursue what you truly desire. Life is full of possibilities, and you have the power to shape them according to your choices and desires. Throughout life, it's common for the expectations we set for ourselves not to materialize. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy and the sense that we are wasting time. However, it's important to remember that these experiences, even when painful, are opportunities to rethink our goals. Instead of letting them bring you down, you can choose to reevaluate your promises and adapt them to your current reality. When you encounter an unfulfilled promise, it's essential to understand that it does not define your worth as a person. Each one of us has a unique path, filled with challenges and achievements. By recognizing this, you can begin to free yourself from the pressure to meet standards that are not your own. This freedom is vital for a more authentic and fulfilling life. A good starting point is to set goals that are realistic and achievable. When you define objectives that align with your true intentions, it becomes easier to work towards them. Breaking these goals down into smaller steps can make the process smoother and the journey less daunting. Every small achievement should be celebrated, as these build the confidence needed to push forward. Another helpful strategy is to cultivate present moment awareness. Often, we get lost in thoughts about the past or anxieties about the future. Practicing mindfulness can help ground you in the now, allowing you to appreciate what you have already accomplished. This practice reduces the pressure you may feel about what still needs to be done, bringing significant emotional relief. Connecting with others is also essential. Talking with friends or family about your frustrations can provide relief and a new perspective. Sometimes, just the act of sharing your experiences can be healing. You might find that you are not alone in your feelings, and that can be a powerful source of emotional support. If you are feeling overwhelmed, seeking help from a professional may be a good option. Therapy can be a safe space to explore your emotions and challenges. A therapist can help you understand your frustrations, process your experiences, and develop an action plan that resonates with your needs. Additionally, learning to cope with internal criticism is a crucial step. Often, we are our own worst judges. The internal dialogue can be filled with self-criticism and unfavorable comparisons. Practicing self-compassion involves treating yourself with the same kindness you would offer to a friend in a similar situation. This shift in attitude can be transformative, allowing you to treat yourself with more respect and understanding. It's also vital to recognize that life is made up of cycles. Each phase brings new lessons and challenges. When you encounter difficulties, it can be helpful to remember that they are also temporary. By accepting that tough moments are part of the journey, you can develop emotional resilience that will help you face future adversities more easily. Developing a flexible mindset is another important skill. Sometimes life doesn't go according to the plan we envisioned. The ability to adapt to new circumstances and change direction when necessary is essential. This doesn't mean giving up on your dreams. Rather, it means adjusting them to reality. Keeping an open mind to possibilities can lead to new opportunities you never imagined. Exploring new activities can also be a way to reignite your passion for life. Try hobbies that you've always been interested in, or seek to learn something new. This can not only bring joy, but also renew your perspective on your commitments and goals. Discovering new interests can open doors and create a renewed sense of purpose. Additionally, it's important to cultivate healthy relationships. Surround yourself with people who support you and share similar values. Having a support circle can make all the difference in times of difficulty. These relationships can provide the emotional support needed to help you cope with disappointment and redirect your aspirations. Practicing gratitude should also be incorporated into your daily life. Making a daily or weekly list of things you're grateful for can shift your perspective. Focusing on what you've already accomplished, rather than what you still lack, helps cultivate a positive mindset. This practice can be a powerful antidote to frustration. When you commit to truly understanding your own needs and desires, you become capable of making promises that are meaningful. Ask yourself, what really matters to me? What are my true aspirations? By doing this, you step away from external expectations and start building a life that resonates with your true essence. Finally, remember that each day is a new opportunity. You may not have control over what happened in the past, but you have full power over how you wish to move forward. As you look ahead, keep hope alive, but in a realistic way. Hope should be based on concrete actions and a commitment to yourself to pursue what is truly valuable. Life is a journey of self-discovery and growth. By embracing your experiences, even the challenging ones, you become stronger. With each step, you move closer to a more authentic version of yourself. Promises may change, but the ability to reinvent yourself and find meaning remains. Keep moving forward, always in search of a purpose that resonates with your truth. Life is full of transitions, and each one can bring new perspectives. It is essential to be open to these changes, even if they initially seem challenging. When you encounter a new path, the first thing to consider is your attitude toward the unknown. Often, the fear of what lies ahead can be paralyzing, but instead of allowing that to stop you, harness that energy to prepare and equip yourself for what is to come. Keep a journal of your experiences. Writing about your emotions, reflections, and changes can be a valuable exercise. The practice of writing helps organize your thoughts and better understand what truly matters in your life. By recording your feelings, you create a space for self-exploration and self-understanding. Additionally, consider exploring new ways of learning. Courses, workshops, or even discussion groups on topics that interest you can open doors to new ideas and connections. Learning something new not only expands your knowledge, but can also reignite your passion for various areas of life. Learning is a continuous journey, and by embracing it, you become more adaptable and resilient. The people around you also play a crucial role in your journey. Seek to cultivate relationships that are enriching and positive. Engage with individuals who share your interests and can offer emotional support. Healthy relationships are essential for mental and emotional well-being, and it's important to surround yourself with people who encourage you to grow and develop. Sometimes it can be beneficial to distance yourself from relationships that no longer bring you joy or that drain your energy. Don't hesitate to set boundaries. Prioritizing your well-being should be one of your main concerns. This includes not only what you consume in terms of social interactions, but also what you mentally absorb. What you read, watch, and listen to can have a significant impact on your mindset and how you view the world. The practice of meditation is a powerful tool that can help you find balance and clarity. Dedicating a few minutes each day to focus on your breath or practice mindfulness can reduce anxiety and enhance your ability to cope with life's pressures. This practice doesn't need to be complicated. Even a short break to take deep breaths can make a big difference in how you feel. Another way to reconnect with yourself is through nature. Spending time outdoors, whether in a park or on a trail, can provide significant relief from stress. Nature has a way of calming the mind and revitalizing the spirit. Don't underestimate the power of a simple walk outside. This activity can help clear your mind and bring a fresh perspective on your promises and goals. Engaging in regular physical activities is also vital for maintaining good mental health. Exercise not only improves your physical condition, but also releases endorphins, natural chemicals in the body that help elevate your mood. By taking care of your body, you're also investing in your mental and emotional health. The pursuit of self-compassion should be a priority. Often we are our own harshest critics, and this can be detrimental to our well-being. Treat yourself with respect and kindness, just as you would a friend. By practicing self-compassion, you allow emotional healing to take place, which is essential for overcoming disappointments and unfulfilled promises. It's important to recognize that the process of self-discovery is not linear. There will be ups and downs, and that's normal. The key is to stay committed to your personal growth. Remember that it's perfectly okay to have bad days, but the focus should be on how you rise and keep moving forward. The ability to reinvent yourself is one of the most powerful traits you possess. Throughout your life, you will have the opportunity to adapt and transform. Each experience, even the challenging ones, can become a valuable lesson. When you face difficulties, reflect on what you can learn from them and how you can use those lessons to shape your future. Cultivate gratitude daily. Set aside a moment in your routine to acknowledge and appreciate the small things that bring joy. This can be as simple as being thankful for a sunny day or for a meaningful conversation with a friend. This practice not only enhances your perspective, but also boosts your emotional resilience. Another way to expand your mindset is through reading. Books, articles, and other resources can offer new ideas and inspiration. This not only enriches your knowledge, but can also introduce new ways of thinking and approaching life. Reading can open your mind to different experiences and perspectives, contributing to your personal growth. Finally, remember that you are not alone on this journey. Sharing your experiences with others can bring a sense of belonging and emotional support. Whether in support groups, therapy, or conversations with friends, exchanging stories and feelings can be a powerful means of healing. Sometimes, simply knowing that others also face similar challenges can provide significant relief. Life is a continuous process of learning and growth. By embracing your experiences, even the difficult ones, you become stronger and more capable of shaping your future. Keep moving forward, always in search of a purpose that resonates with your truth. Be open to change and allow yourself to evolve. Every step you take toward self-discovery is a step toward a more authentic and meaningful life. Throughout your life, you may encounter moments when you feel lost or disoriented. These periods of uncertainty are natural and often serve as catalysts for significant change. It's important to recognize that these moments of doubt are not a sign of weakness, but rather opportunities to reevaluate your path and your priorities. When you find yourself in one of these cycles, it's crucial not to let negativity consume you. A practical approach is to develop a routine that incorporates activities that bring you joy and satisfaction. This could include a hobby you love or regular physical exercise that helps keep your body and mind active. Consistency in these activities can create a sense of normalcy and stability, even when other areas of life seem uncertain. Furthermore, the act of connecting with others is crucial. Talking openly about your feelings can help lighten the emotional load. Often, sharing your concerns with friends or family can offer new perspectives and solutions you hadn't considered. Don't underestimate the power of sincere dialogue. It can provide the emotional support you need to move forward. Another strategy is the practice of setting boundaries. Often, we make promises to ourselves that don't take into account our actual abilities or needs. By learning to say no to commitments that don't align with your values, you start to create space for opportunities that truly matter. This not only preserves your energy, but also allows you to focus on goals that are meaningful and authentic. It's also essential to seek self-understanding. Take some time to reflect on your past experiences and what each of them has taught you. Ask yourself what worked and what didn't, and use that information to shape your future promises and expectations. This reflection can be done through journaling, where you record your emotions and thoughts. The simple act of writing can be a powerful means of processing and gaining clarity. You might be surprised to find that some of your limiting beliefs about yourself may stem from past experiences. Recognizing these beliefs is the first step toward overcoming them. As you confront these ideas, you can begin to dismantle the patterns that hold you back. It's a process that requires patience and self-compassion. The practice of meditation is a valuable tool in this process. Taking a few minutes out of your day to focus on your breathing or simply to quiet your mind can provide you with a new perspective. This practice helps calm the mind and brings clarity about what truly matters in your life. Over time, you may become more aware of your thoughts and emotions, allowing for a more balanced response to the situations that arise. Another approach is to create an environment conducive to well-being. This involves not only the physical space where you live, but also the people you interact with. Surround yourself with individuals who inspire you and support you on your journey. Healthy relationships are essential for your personal and emotional growth. On the other hand, it is equally important to distance yourself from relationships that drain your energy or do not contribute to your well-being. When you allow yourself to explore new experiences, you open doors for personal growth. Consider signing up for classes or workshops that interest you. Learning something new can not only invigorate your mind, but also introduce you to new connections and friendships. These new experiences can provide valuable opportunities for self-discovery and for building a more fulfilling life. Gratitude should be a daily practice. Take a moment to acknowledge the small things you are thankful for, whether it's a meaningful conversation, a sunny day, or a pleasant meal. This practice can shift your perspective and help cultivate a positive mindset. When you focus on the good things, even amidst difficulties, you can find a sense of inner peace and satisfaction. Additionally, be open to feedback. Listening to the opinions and experiences of others can offer insights that you may not have considered. This doesn't mean you should take every piece of advice literally, but being open to new ideas can enrich your own understanding and approach. Learning is a continuous process, and each interaction can be an opportunity for growth. You might also explore therapy as a form of support. A therapist can help you navigate your emotions and experiences, providing a safe space for self-exploration. This process can be transformative and can help clarify the roots of your frustrations and disappointments. By working with a professional, you can develop new strategies for dealing with life's challenges. It's important to remember that personal growth is not a destination, but a journey. Each day brings with it the chance to learn something new about yourself and the world around you. By accepting this truth, you become more adaptable and resilient in the face of the adversities that may arise. The promises you make to yourself should align with who you truly are and what you genuinely want. By adjusting your expectations and commitments, you can create a life that resonates with your true essence. This may require courage, but it is a crucial step on the path to self-discovery and fulfillment. Finally, remember that you have the power to shape your future. Past experiences, even the difficult ones, do not define who you are. By embracing your journey and committing to your growth, you can create a narrative that reflects your true aspirations and values. Life is full of possibilities, and you are capable of finding deep meaning in each of them. Reflecting on your promises is an essential exercise for self-knowledge. By analyzing what you committed to doing, you can begin to notice patterns in your expectations and behaviors. Often, these promises arise from external influences, such as what society expects from you or what others want you to become. Recognizing these pressures is a crucial step in uncoupling your identity from others' opinions. When you realize that many promises may not have been made by you, but imposed by others, it can be liberating. This awareness allows you to start creating promises that truly matter, those that reflect your true essence and values. It's a process that requires courage, but it can lead to a more authentic and fulfilling life. An important aspect of self-assessment is understanding your emotions. When you face an unfulfilled promise, it's natural to feel a range of emotions, including frustration, sadness, and even anger. Instead of avoiding these feelings, it's essential to embrace them. Allow yourself to feel without judgment. Accepting your emotions is a fundamental step toward healing. Furthermore, you can benefit from learning to express your emotions in a healthy way. This might include having honest conversations with friends, journaling, or even engaging in creative activities that allow for the release of repressed feelings. The important thing is to find a means that works for you and promotes self-expression. Another point to consider is that throughout life, you may encounter the need to redefine your priorities. What was important to you at one time may no longer hold the same relevance now. This change is natural and part of personal growth. As you review your promises, ask yourself, does this still make sense to me? What do I really want at this moment? As you move forward on this journey, you may discover that some promises need to be left behind. This does not signify failure, but rather evolution. The ability to adapt and change direction is a valuable trait that can help you find new paths and opportunities. Building a new narrative can be an enriching experience. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, you can start focusing on the lessons learned. Every failure can be seen as an opportunity for growth, and every step toward self-understanding is a step toward a more meaningful life. It's also important to establish a support system. Surround yourself with people who share your values and who encourage you to be the best version of yourself. These relationships can provide emotional support, encouragement, and a safety net during challenging times. Additionally, consider seeking out support groups or communities that discuss themes related to disappointments and self-discovery. Often you can feel isolated in your experiences. Talking to people who have gone through similar situations can help alleviate that sense of loneliness. Sharing your stories and hearing others can create a sense of belonging and understanding. The practice of setting boundaries is also essential. Learning to say no can be difficult, but it's an important skill that you should develop. By conserving your energy for what truly matters, you allow yourself to dedicate more time and attention to the promises you genuinely want to keep. This can lead to an increase in your motivation and personal satisfaction. Another valuable strategy is the practice of gratitude. By acknowledging the good things in your life, you can shift your focus from what's lacking to what you've already achieved. This can be as simple as listing 3 things you are grateful for every day. This practice helps cultivate a positive mindset and create a healthier emotional space. Meditation and mindfulness are also powerful tools that can help you find clarity and balance. Taking a few minutes each day to focus on your breath or simply to quiet your mind can reduce anxiety and allow you to gain a clearer perspective on your promises and expectations. This practice doesn't have to be long or complicated. Even a brief pause to take deep breaths can make a significant difference. Exploring new activities and hobbies can also be an effective way to reconnect with yourself. By opening yourself up to new experiences, you may discover interests and passions that have been hidden or neglected. This not only brings joy, but can also renew your perspective on your promises and goals. Reading books, articles, or other materials can enrich your mind and introduce new ideas. This expansion of knowledge can help you see your life in a new light and offer fresh approaches to your goals. The pursuit of knowledge is a continuous journey, and by embracing it, you become more adaptable and resilient. Cultivating healthy relationships is essential for your emotional well-being. Engage with people who inspire you and encourage your growth. These connections can provide the emotional support necessary to help you cope with disappointments and redirect your aspirations. On the flip side, don't hesitate to distance yourself from relationships that drain your energy or no longer bring you joy. Setting healthy boundaries is crucial to ensure that you are surrounded by positive influences. The journey of self-discovery is an ongoing process that requires patience and compassion. As you move forward, remember that you don't need to have all the answers right away. Life is a series of experiences, and each one brings with it opportunities for learning and growth. By accepting unmet promises and frustrating expectations, you allow yourself to transform your relationship with them. Rather than seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances, you can begin to view yourself as an active agent in your own life. This is a powerful step towards self-understanding and personal fulfillment. Life is full of possibilities, and you are capable of finding deep meaning in each of them. Keep moving forward, always in search of a purpose that resonates with your truth. In doing so, you not only transform your relationship with your promises, but also empower yourself to create a life that resonates with your true essence and aspirations. Before you leave, do two things now. Take a deep breath and hold on to what touched your heart today. And if it makes sense, share this story with someone else who also needs to hear it.